What it do, bruh? Talk of the town, Nintendo, Doc Trey still holding it down, still make the best games, and you know this, bro. It's the truth. If you don't like it, you can have that seatbelt.
Man, just when I was about to get something to eat. So, it appears that the Nintendo Switch 2 will be manufactured under the 8 nanometer process. Now, there's been a lot of rumors lately and a lot of speculation and a lot of discussion that the Switch 2 would use a 5 nanometer process or lower. And a lot of this is based on the fact that the NVIDIA Orin chip that the Switch 2 is based on is a large chip. And, you know, the Switch 2 is presumably a smaller console like the Switch. So the assumption was that in order to get this to run at respectable clock speeds on the Switch 2, that they would have to use the 5 nanometer process or lower instead of 8 nanometers. But it appears that the Switch 2 will still be under the 8 nanometer process. So Kopite7 Kimi, hope I'm saying that right, is pretty much the person that told us the chip that the Switch 2 was going to use, told us the code name. So like the Black Knight, Dane, Drake, NVIDIA T239, all of these came from this person. And this person has now confirmed that one, the Switch 2 is still definitely using the T239, like I told you guys yesterday. And also that Drake is the current code name for the system, and that Drake would be processed under Samsung's 8 nanometer process. Now, like I said, there was a lot of discussion going back and forth where most people in the know said that this chip pretty much had to be manufactured under 5 nanometer process or lower. Otherwise, it will result in Nintendo having to significantly clock down this chip and we would lose out on performance. Now, I'm not going to act like I'm an expert in this field because I'm absolutely not. But it seems to me that since the Switch 2 Tegra T39 is based on the Tegra T34, the Tegra T34 has a lot more Steam processors and a lot more other things in the chip that the Nintendo Switch 2 version won't have. Like, for example, the Switch 2 chip is supposed to have, I think it was 1,536 Steam processors versus I think it's 2,048 that the original chip has. So you're gonna be already missing 1/4 of the Steam processors, along with all of that other smart car related stuff that is not gonna be in the Switch 2's chip. It seemed that just from that alone would make the chip smaller. Add to the fact that you're also going from a chip that originally had 12 cores to one that will now have only 8 cores on a single cluster. The Switch 2 presumably has an 8-inch screen, meaning that the system's probably going to be even bigger than the Switch OLED, which was already bigger than the regular Switch. When you factor those two in, the Switch 2 being bigger than the regular Switch and the Switch OLED, and the chip that the Switch 2 uses is significantly cut back from that larger T34 or T234 Orin chip, it seems like that alone would kind of fix that problem with it being 8 nanometers, because it seems like that would already make the chip smaller. But I don't know. What do you guys think in the comments section? To me, that seems like those changes alone would make the chip smaller, unless I'm missing something here. Let me know what you guys think in the comments.